But Sunline holds her at bay, and Sunline, the first lady of the turf, wins it by a length. Sunline is clear though near the line, and the champion mare, the queen of the turf, is back on her throne tonight. Sunline's won at a length and a half.
Well, we've just been talking about Dan's Dance here in New Zealand. She's one horse who ran in behind Unforgotten at their last start. Of course, Unforgotten's had a run since then, and she lines up in the Chelmsford on Saturday. And Dan O'Sullivan from Australia joins us to chat Australian form. Dan, how are things over there?
Yeah, really good, thanks.
Let's talk about the Chelmsford. Obviously, you've got Unforgotten in here. Is this the sort of horse that we can base some bets around, or have you found something outside of her?
Look, I think it's a really open race, incredibly open, and I think personally it's really difficult to bet with confidence. So I think that $3.90 about Unforgotten's probably a little bit short. I'm around $4.40, and that's being as optimistic as I can about her rate of improvement. Look, there's no doubt that she can win the race. It was a good first up run behind Winks. She's got all the scope to improve. Look, on her rating, she's certainly not clear-cut over these, and it's a large field. She tends to get back a little bit. She'll be reliant on a little bit of luck. And look, as I said, she can win, but I don't want to back her personally. And if she did win and I missed out, I certainly wouldn't think I've missed the best bet of the weekend. There are a stack of other chances in the race, I think. Horses like Single Gaze, if she's solid in the market, to suggest she's going to come back well first up. She can win. Prized Icon, Sedanza, Cadiza de Vaca, who also ran well behind Winks, and Religify. They're all horses capable of winning here, and they're significantly better prices than Unforgotten. So, look, as I said, I think it's a really difficult race. If I was to have a bet, I'd be looking at a horse like Religify to run a place. He's really big odds. I think he's around a sort of $18, $19 mark. I think he was ridden quite conservative last start when he took a sit. I expected up to a mile. He may be ridden a bit more positively here. He's definitely going to be fitter. And look, he's got a string of ratings that can be very competitive in this race and certainly run a place or even sort of, go close to winning. So I think, at massive odds, just taking him to run a place is probably a decent bet if you had to have one.
New Zealand bloodstock Memsie lines up on Saturday as well. Good field assembled. Great to see Vega Magic at the races. What do you make of this year's running of the Memsie, Dan?
Oh, look, I think it's a really good race. It's a pretty deep race, genuine Group 1. For me, it's impossible to go past Vega Magic here. I've priced him at $2.30. I know he's $2.80 with you guys. He was awesome first up. He ran a 108 rating, a really serious Group 1 performance. We've seen Voodoo Lad frank the form and the rating with his subsequent win. And that win of Vega Magic was similar to his first up win last prep, where he went 107, and then he went on to win this race easily. So even if I forecast him back a little bit off his first up run here, he's still a dominant top pick. He maps ideally in this race. He looks to just follow the leader, Jungle Edge across, and park probably a length off him. If Showtime on the inside wants to kick up and try and control the race, then that'll put a bit more speed, and Vega Magic will be able to slot in just behind them. So he's clearly the best horse in the race, and he's going to get the best run. So it's a really strong profile for a great betting prospect in my book. Kamantari is the main danger in the market, $4.40, but I must admit I don't like him at all here. I've got him around the $8 mark. He was good first up, but then he had opportunity to progress second up, and he was disappointing behind Winks. Now he turns up here at Caulfield. He's drawn very awkwardly. It's hard to imagine a scenario where he's going to easily get across and get a comfortable run. He's going to be relying on a lot of luck, or he may need to do a bit of work early. And look, even if he was to improve significantly to his absolute best ratings, it still may not be good enough to win. We've still got Vega Magic, who's clearly better, and even Happy Clapper holds some superior figures. So for me, $4.40 is well and truly under the odds. $6.50 Happy Clapper, which is similar to the market. Look, his ratings last prep can certainly challenge here. Just a little query whether he can produce that first up in Melbourne. But he's a very, very smart horse. And look, all of the others, there's a few there that can run well, but to be honest, unless one of them really jumps out of the ground, they're really going to be relying on Vega Magic and perhaps a horse like Happy Clapper to run well and truly below their best. So for me, Vega Magic.
Got Caulfield and Randwick on Saturday. Both of your best bets returned to collect for our viewers last week. What have you found this week?
I think Vega Magic's definitely the best at Caulfield. And at Randwick, I'm going to go to race 6. I want to back La Romaine here. He's in the tramway. He's up against Pierrado, who, of course, beat Kementari first up. The market has them 330 Pierrado and La Romaine 370. I think that should be the other way around. He was brilliant first up, La Romaine. He returned with a new career pet, which is just consistent with what's happening with the Chris Lee stable at the moment. They're really, really flying. He's got a string of consistent ratings. He's best. He's better than Pierrado at this stage. And I think at the price difference in the market, he's a great bet on what is really a deep and difficult Randwick card.
All right, Dan, thanks so much for your time. I hope that you enjoy the coverage here from New Zealand Group 1 race day on Saturday to talk all things Tarzan.